Today my guest is County Executive Larry Walsh. The County Executive's Office is in charge of preparing and maintaining the county's budget after it has been approved by the County Board. Larry is also responsible for the Sunny Hill Nursing Home, Health Department, Highway Department, and numerous other county agencies. Today we're going to talk about what the Sheriff's Office and the Executive's Office are doing in response to the economic downturn. Hi, welcome.
Good to see you, Paul. Thank you for the opportunity to be with you today.
You're welcome. What is the County Executive's Office doing to streamline the budget process?
Well, as you know, Paul, we have over the last basically 3 or 4 years have been very, very stingy in regards to our budget. We have been working very hard with Paul Rafak, who is our financial department chairman, and has done a tremendous job of working with our budget and with our elected officials. And without a doubt, the biggest portion of our budget is the 10 countywide elected officials, and you being one of the largest part of our budget.
I know everybody complains.
Well, you know, you have a lot of responsibility and a lot of you know, things that you have to accomplish, and the public safety aspect is always huge. And you know, so we have to try and do the best we can to provide you with the necessary appropriations to do the job. But we have cut out all the frills. We have taken all the new employees out of the budget. Nobody is given new employees at the beginning of the year unless it has been approved by both the county executive and the county board.
Right.
And no more just putting in potential slots in the budget or no creating new positions during the course of the budget if you've saved money in some other part area of your budget, and says, now let me bring in 3 or 4 more employees because I haven't spent money for, let's say, new cars or whatever it may have been.
Right.
So we have really worked hard on taking a very business approach to our budget and to the financial aspects of county government. When I first came here over 4 years ago, approximately 83% of our corporate budget was for salaries and pensions and benefits. We have been able to lower that number over the last 4 years to where it's under 75%, about 74 point some percent of our budget now is for employees and benefits. At the land use department, one of the departments I'm under my control, we reorganized and the departments. And at that time, we had a number of openings that we could have filled with bodies, but we didn't. And by reorganizing and correlating responsibilities in the different sections of that department, we were able to eliminate basically about 7 positions. And so doing that kind of thing and basically asking our elected officials, our department heads, to do more with less, right, we have been able to do that. And as you know, probably more than anybody, the amount of overtime that has been cut down. And so I think that I'm very proud of the fact that I think we have still provided very good services for our citizens through county government, but yet have lowered our responsibility as far as the tax part of what's coming into the county.
Well, I think at the present time, at least the county in itself is probably in somewhat better condition than some of your municipalities.
Oh, absolutely. I'm very proud that working with you and Nancy and Pam and Jim Glasgow and all the other elected officials and our department heads, that we have been able to still, like I say, provide services, and our actual tax rate, has gradually continued to go down every year. as we've seen an increase in assessed valuations. So the under the tax cap program, that is what the model program is as your assessments come up, the amount of money that you need to derive from every $100 goes down, and still has given us the opportunity to reach out and do the things that we need to do to provide the services. But it takes cooperation and working together. Paul Rafak, again, as I said, has done a tremendous job. He is now projecting budgets in about 3 years in advance, looking at what our expenditures are going to be, knowing now that you, in the next couple of months, are going to open up the new adult facility that we have, and without a doubt, it's going to be costly. I mean, more manpower, more services. So we have to figure that into the budget. But doing it in a matter of time, so you make sure that you take in all the issues into consideration, and knowing that you're planning for that is the step in the right direction, and we have been able to do that. And but again, at the end of the day, the biggest aspect of that is the cooperation and working together with our different department heads and elected officials.
And that brings me to another point. How is your office and the county board working together in order to try and acquire grant money through the stimulus package out of Washington?
Great question. We have continuously been working on that. When I came here over 4 years ago, that was one of the issues that I felt that we really needed to expound on, and that was to reach out. And the only place that there was any financial assistance of major proportions was the federal government. Right. And you know, I'm not here today to debate the pros and cons of earmarks and whether they should be there or they shouldn't be. My point is, if they are going to be there, we should be knocking on the door and reaching out and trying to get them.
Oh, I agree.
And I think we have been very successful since the creating the partnership with Smith, Dawson, and Andrews, our lobbyists out in Washington, D.C. We have been successful in bringing over $2.5 million worth of monies back to Will County for the purposes of helping out in the health department, in the sheriff's department, in the land use department. We have been successful in bringing the money back here, and just, you know, you're in the process right now of, I think, just shy of $1 million we brought back for the Will County Sheriff's Department. They are modernizing, putting the most up-to-date laptops in every car that we possibly can, and so that when our deputies are out on the road, I mean, they're only a finger touch away from any information, every information that's available in regards to who's driving that car or what that car is about or any of the other possible warrants out or anything else. And, and so not only to give them that information, but it's a safety net for your personnel, that they know who they might be running into if they're walking up to that car out on a dark road in the countryside of Will County. So we have been very successful in that. We just this week we are holding public hearings in regards. We've upgraded our FEMA maps to get the floodplain delineation of where the actual floodplain is, using the most modern technology now in regards to you know, laying out where all the, you know, the flood, where the 100-year flood maps are, and that has come from over a $300,000 grant that we received from the federal government. And the health department has been successful. We have worked with our doctors over there in the mental health area, that they have been able to bring in necessary funding to work on programs. So to me, that money is available there. It takes some work, takes some time. Lois Mayer, who is my grant writer, she has done a tremendous job since coming on board over 3 years ago, and we have worked very well together with our different departments in securing local grants, foundation grants, but more importantly than anything, federal grants.
Right.